Every person have these cultural and educational rights. Cultures, whatever the culture you want, you can follow. Example, see here, if you go for Tamil Nadu, so they are following different cultures. If you go for Orissa, they are also following different cultures. Suppose if you go for Tamil Nadu example, they are wearing the clothes of dhotis. Okay, dhotis or dhotis. And next, if you come to Andhra, just we are wearing these panchas. And also other thing is lungis. So this is our culture, Andhra Pradesh culture. So whatever the culture you want, you can follow. There will be no restriction by government, okay, or any leaders or any representatives like that. So whatever the culture you want, you can follow in any part of the country. So that is called as cultural and educational rights. Next one is right to constitutional remedies. What are the constitutional remedies? So remedies is nothing but if any government is violating the rules of the constitution, then immediately you can go and you can file or you can appeal in any courts, and you can give any petitions to the president or like that. So you can also question the government that you are not following according to constitution like that. So that is called as constitutional remedies. Okay, so whatever the laws are written in the constitution, those laws must be read by common people, and you can question the governments if they violate the constitutional laws. So that is called as right to constitutional remedies. Okay, so these are the 6 fundamental rights. So very important. So sometimes they may ask individual questions, right, about this right to religious freedom, or sometimes right to constitutional remedies. Explain about right to constitutional remedies like that, and sometimes right to freedom of religion. Okay, like that. So these are the important things. These are called as the fundamental rights. 6 fundamental rights are there. Previously, one right was there. 7 rights are there. That is called as a right to property. So right to property was there. That means how much you want, you can keep your property. So that was completely that was abolished from the constitution by 1970s. Before 1970s, this also is there as a right, but this is violating the rules of this socialism. So that's why, so nobody should hold the more than their work. That means if you are earning more than your work, that means that will be considered as the black money or black property. Okay, so if this right is there means, so that means the mainly the political leaders, they can hold a large amount of these black properties or black money. So due to this one, so this 1970s, this completely right to property was abolished. But recently in 2016, a new fundamental right was added. That is called as a right to privacy. Right to privacy. So this is one of the new right. Okay, right to privacy. So we can call this as one of the fundamental rights. But recently they have added this one. But of course, these are the basic rights. But this is newly added, and it was just partially added to the constitution. Okay, in some cases it was having some privacy. Example, so every individual have the right to privacy. In some cases, not in all cases. Okay, suppose if privacy is there means the government should not hide anything, but only just in some cases. That means example, central government is hiding some military or the security plans will be hiding. Okay, that is from the public. So they are having the full right, that is right to privacy, like that. So these are called as the rights, fundamental rights, which are present in the Constitution of India. Okay. So next, just we move forward. Yes. Next one is very important is the secularism. So see here, secularism. What is the meaning for secularism? So this is one of the important word added in our constitution in the year. So of course, we are following the secularism from independence onwards. Okay, but later this was not included in the constitution. So secularism, what is the meaning for secularism? So secularism is nothing but, so the country or the government should neither neither encourage nor discourage any particular religion. So the state should not encourage the state. So here state is nothing but country. Okay, so previously we have this word that is state. So sometimes while we are telling in the constitution, so sometimes while we are referring to this country, so they are calling as a state. So the state or government should not neither encourage nor discourage any particular religion on the individuals. So individuals can follow any kind of religion they want. So completely religious freedom is there. So that is called as secularism. But in some countries there is no secularism. Example, if you go for Rome city, of course now it is not there, but in the once upon a time Rome is called as just Christian. So we can see their Catholic church. That indicates what? They should be only the Christians and no other religions. And if you go for Saudi Arabia, so previously that means in the year 90s, before 1990s, so there will be rule that only one religion should be present, that is only the Muslims. There is no secularism there. Even if you take this Pakistan, so Pakistan are following just only this that is Muslims. But of course they are telling that we are also following the secularism, but they are not following the complete secularism. Of course Hindus, Muslims, Christians also is there, but that effective implementation was not there, that is secularism in Pakistan. But in our country, any person who is come to India, they can fully enjoy the secularism. The government will not restrict any religion to follow. Individuals can follow whatever